Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our normally scheduled Monday morning Madden Sims. That's when we do these every single week, right? Hi, everybody. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I'm Jeremy. You guys know me, I'm sure, by now. And if you don't, I'm Jeremy. That's all you need to know. Thank you for your patience with the Madden Sim. I know a lot of you guys were tweeting at me or trying to get at me, wondering why we weren't doing our Saturday morning Madden Sims, and then I said I was going to do it Sunday morning, and then I didn't do it Sunday morning. Been a long weekend for a variety of reasons. Primary being that I took a few days off this week. My buddies and I have started a little bit of a tradition in the middle of fall to drive up to Traverse City, I should say, and play a bunch of disc golf along the way. 5 rounds of disc golf in 3 days. So I was gone Thursday, I was gone Friday, and I came back on Saturday, which is why I originally scheduled it for Sunday morning, and then I was just a little bit out of it Sunday. And so I spent almost a good 12 hours on my couch just watching football last night, and just not up to it. Feeling a little bit better today, so here I am. My arm is sore. In fact, I kind of blew out my shoulder on the very first round, and so I didn't even play the 5th round of disc golf because I was not feeling it. Sounds like I didn't miss anything in the Lions world over the last 3 or 4 days. Sounds like everyone's just been patiently waiting the Lions-Bucks game, so we don't need to talk about anything else that was going on because nothing else was going on, right? So anyways, big game tonight. Very excited about it, and I just splashed some red water all over my face. Normally we kick things off by looking at Madden scores and how they've changed week to week, and I'm kind of under the impression that because we're doing this on a Monday, all the updates have already been accounted for, because I'm looking, and the only thing I see changed from last week is a random -1 to Pat O'Connor. Pat O'Connor went from a 64 to a 63, and literally there are no other changes, so we don't need to do that. Yeah, right, the shoulder stuff. Me, Taylor, and Terrion, right? Going through some shoulder stuff. So, anyways, add it to the list of my sports injuries, which is getting unbearably long at this point. All right, so unless you guys want to talk about anything else, I'll just fire up Madden and we can get this thing going. One challenge here is that we don't know exactly who the Lions are going to elevate, and we probably won't know until about 4 p.m. today. So we'll have some adjustments to the lineup to make, obviously, in the Lions secondary a little bit over in Buccaneers land as well. Yeah, I'm not drinking the blood of my enemies. Why would you say that? I mean, come on. This is a little too opaque. This is really actually more pink, but it's kind of hard to tell. Let me get to some alerts while Madden loads up here. Young Calvi, thank you for the follow. Luxtables, thank you for the 32 months. Says, can't wait to procrastinate my work with this. Yeah, sorry to all the bosses out there who normally don't have to worry about this on a Monday morning. Lasermouth 25 months says, yeah, buddy, early morning daytime streams for the win. Hey, this is when I'm ready. I mean, I'm a little unkempt, more unkempt than I'll be tonight for the game, but in general, I have my most energy this time of day. So this is the best me you'll get, which is probably evident in the other Madden Sims that we do compared to the tiredness and forgetfulness of the POD casts that we record. Katie from Michigan, 55 months, says, I wish Prime subs renew automatically. Yeah, that is a bummer, but I think it's, I know it's intentional from Twitch and Amazon, right? Normal subs where you have to pay, those take it out of your bank account on the second that they're due, automatically. If you're getting a free sub, no. You have to do that on your own. And so they hope that free sub just sits unused for months and months and months and months. So it's a good reminder. If you use your Twitch Prime sub to this channel, go ahead and check and see if you're currently subbed, because maybe it's just sitting there waiting for a resub. All right, let's get into the video gaming. You want to go on the couch? On the bed? Yeah? Okay. My buddy. Zazu's here. says hi. Bet is not made. Let it be known. Update the counter. Hey, bud. Hold on. You want it a little less messy? Hold on. I'm going to make it less messy for you. There you go. Whoa. There you go. Sweetie boy. All right. Let's get to it. We got some rosters to make some heavy adjustments to. Actually, before we do that, let's take our best guess at the elevations today. We got to sign some free agents. And I think it's fair to say that probably both are going to come in the secondary. So I think one, I wonder if he's even in here, but I feel like, yeah, Lauren Strickland is probably going to be one. I've already worn the warehouse. I left my phone. Good. A friend of mine separated his shoulder after making his bed years ago. Safety issue. That's right. So we'll do Strickland as one. Let me remind myself who the options are. I feel like I'm also playing a little bit of catch up on the week after missing some time here. So, where is the practice squad? Oh, we didn't scroll down far enough. Strickland, Kendall Fuller. I kind of like Kendall Fuller, even though he's just Trey Flowers has been here for a couple weeks now. Arthur Mollett could be the nickel option. I don't know. What do you guys think? In terms of adding a corner, I think they need a corner. I mean, it could honestly be possible that maybe they're actually okay with their safety depth, given that they've added Jamie. Keep calling him Jamie, but it's Jamie. Thank you, Lions. Fanka. I'm kind of like, it would not surprise me at all if it was Kendall Fuller and Arthur Mollett. It could be Trey Flowers too, because he's been here longer. Anyone have a strong feeling one way or another? I mean, we can elevate as many as we want, to be quite honest. Let's just sign them all, and then we'll make the decision when we get there. Flowers. Sure. Yeah, I didn't think I was having any audio issues. Who's the last guy that was? Oh, Mollett. Let's get Mollett in here, too. Why not? I feel like I just saw him. Nope. DiCaprio Boodle. I forgot I can be doing this alphabetically. Too late. No! Is he not here? Or is he going to be under, like, a different category? Oh, yes, there. All right, great. Ooh. I do like this. I mean, here's the other thing, is the Lions could very well not just elevate two guys, they could cut a guy and sign one of these guys to the 53-man roster. So if we want to do something like that, we might as well, right? Right. Ash, we said something similar at the exact times there. The Lions are going to have to cut one person to get Aleem McNeil off the NFI list, or the PUP list, I should say. So there is going to be, beyond just the elevations, there are going to be some roster moves that the Lions do today, and it would not surprise me if they did another one just to make sure they have enough defensive backs ready. Okay, that looks fine to me. Decker, I think we can all agree, probably in. The fact that he practiced it all this week is a very good sign. So I'm going to say Decker in. Man, I need to I just feel completely out of it. Let me pull up the injury report just so I make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, Vaki and Decker are on the offensive things. Defensively, let's put a Lee McNeil back in. Yeah, I like that. That feels nice. That feels right. DJ Reader is also questionable with a back injury. I never really got a sense that his spot was in danger. And then, all right, that's it really until we get to the secondary stuff. So, no Terrion. I think it's probably safe to say that it's going to look like this. Amik and Robertson as your 1 and 2. And then, I don't know, what do we want to do? Do we want to put Flowers as 3 maybe? I mean, Fuller's the best player. If we want to give the Lions the best lineup by Madden, Flowers or Fuller is probably the right option here. He's a 77. He's better than Rocky Sin and as good as Amik. Trey Flowers is probably the more realistic one just because he's been around longer. I guess let's err on the side of realism. I'm going to guess that Ibuka is not going to play. But I don't feel strongly about that. We'll talk about it when we get there. Sure, we'll put Hallett as corner 6. All right, no Kirby. Harper's probably your guy. Maybe we put... Who's more of a free safety? I guess it's not really Strickland. Like, Strickland and Jamie are both kind of the Brian Branch type. Yeah, you gotta put someone, though. I'm just gonna put Strickland in there. All right. Now, I don't have a strong feeling on who's going to start opposite. I don't know who's going to start the strong safety position. I don't have a good feeling any which way. It's probably going to be between Hallett and Strickland. I'm assuming Jamie Robinson is just a little too new. You think Harper's going to play strong? Or in the box more? Harper did look good. Oops. This is when I wish I would have been at the facility all week, so I felt like I would probably have a better sense of what they might do here. But having been gone for 4 or 5 days here, I feel like I'm out of the loop. Harper at free safety 1, Strickland at free safety 2. That's what I have. And then you want Jamie here. Okay, that works for me. Jamie, I keep calling him Jamie. All right, let's. The other thing we haven't even talked about is nickel. Can't be Avonte Maddox. Like I want it to be a Meek. Will they? If I put Meek in there, will they allow me to? Okay, I guess. Yeah, I guess it'll be a... Let's just leave it at a Meek, and then I assume the game will just go to Trey Flowers when they go nickel as one of these starting corners. It's not great out here, folks. Meek could be following Evans. That wouldn't surprise me either. Power back. Let's give Gibbs a little credit here. Okay. All right. Let's get to the Buccaneers because they got some stuff going on too. Pull up their injury report. All right. So let's go to wide receiver first. Actually, no. Let's go to running back first because no Bucky Irving. So let's just do that. Wide receiver. Sounds like Mike Evans is trending towards playing. Ibuka, not as sure. Godwin is out. So at the very least, we gotta move some of these guys up. Let's get Godwin out of here. Sure. Now we need to talk about both Evans and Ibuka. Evans and Ibuka out. That's kind of where I'm feeling. Okay. That's all I need to hear. Is Jalen McMillan on IR? I don't want to put someone on IR in the game. I'm guessing if a player is a 74 and not in the starting lineup, he's probably on IR. He is. So I don't want to do that. Jacob Parrish, congratulations. You're wide receiver now. I don't know what else to do. All these guys are out. Who's like on their team? Is there another wide receiver that's... Or maybe they elevate a guy or two. We should... I mean, maybe we'll have a better idea... Ryan Miller, Sterling Shepard. Do they have guys on the practice squad? They have Garrett Green and Dennis Houston on IR. I'm sorry, on the practice squad. So, I mean, maybe we'll get a sense today if one of those guys is out, depending on who they elevate around 4 o'clock today. All right, other guys injured. We got to go to right guard, where the situation is not great. Haggard is injured. I believe he started last week. Elijah Klein is expected to start. Is that right? Is Madden ahead of us? Why does that not feel right? Maybe it is. Monday night games, for whatever reason, they drop them at 4 p.m. game day. Well, let's get Haggard out of here because he's already ruled out. Mock is on IR. Yeah, that's what I thought. Is he on their practice squad, Jordan? That's what I was thinking too. I couldn't think of the guy's name. Is he on the practice squad? Why isn't he showing up here? Oh, he's on the practice squad. That's why. I'm not going to go through it. Screw it. Sorry. Not going to be completely accurate. Dan Feeney, congratulations. You're the backup. All right. We'll leave it at that. Anything else worthy of pointing out? Teddy's sick. Ibuka, Levante David. I didn't even realize Levante David was questionable. This is how out of the loop I am. But I think Levante David is expected to play. So let me just go to some sub-package stuff real quick. Glad I checked. Tez. And Ryan Miller can be the third string. Great. Okay. That's what we're rolling with. Week 7 update. All right, let's get to it. That's a bummer, Lion fan. All right, Lions at home. Buccaneers. We know the Lions are going all black, which I'm sure you guys are cool with. You guys want to rock the all blacks, or do you want to add the blue pants? I know everyone wants to see the all black with the blue pants. Do we want to change the pants, or do we want to keep the pants? Change or keep? Okay, wow. I'll show you what it looks like. Where's just home pants? Did I... Oh, wait. I guess it's away pants. I'm surprised by how much I actually like the blue pants, but sounds like most of you want the black pants, so... I lost them. Oh, it's good thing. Everything's been screwed up. There we go. Wait. Wait. What happened? Hold on. Let's start over. Current home, current away, custom home, custom away, current alt, not that, current color rush. What? It's not a color rush. Did I screw everything up? I think I screwed everything up. There we go. Okay. Whew. All right. Now, I have a feeling what you guys might want for the Bucks, but I'm going to do my duties of specifically asking, what do we want the Bucks to wear? And I'll go through some of their options. All right. Can we... Ooh. I didn't know they had an away creamsicle. Oh, buddy. This is it, right? We got to do this one. Normally, I would say this one, but I didn't know they had an away. That is nice. God, the Bucks do their jerseys right. You guys need to grow up the way you're saying it. All right, sweet. All right. Before we get into our betting, I present the overall ratings, 84 to 83. 84 to 83, which means this is just going to be a pick'em. You guys are just going to pick who you think wins the Madden Sim. 8-minute quarters. 8:15 game. Great. All right. Let me get the betting set up here. Shut up. There we go. I also hate the actual line of the game. I don't understand why the Lions are favored by 5.5. That seems extraordinarily high for a game in which I picked the Buccaneers to win. Who wins the Madden Sim? Lions? Buccaneer. I'll just say Bucks. All right, you guys got 5 minutes. And I'll just... No. Straight up. Straight up. All right, now you have 5 minutes to put in as many channel points as you want. On the outcome. Yes, I also like that the game is at 7 and not 8:15 or 8:20 or whatever time Monday Night Football usually is at. I'd like to believe in the never lose 2 games in a row thing for this week. But you know what? When you win as many games as the Lions have since 2022, I think the odds are that most of those games aren't going to be consecutive, because most of those losses are going to be consecutive because there's only been, what, like 8 of them? Please note that I'm betting all my points so that the actual results of the Lions win. I like that. All right. Phenom Wow, thank you for the 22 months subscribed to us on Twitch. Says 22 months of POD with a 22-point blowout tonight. Man, that would change the narrative of this team going into their bye week. That would be awesome. Tara DC, 30 months, says, love a Monday morning distraction. Hey, do whatever I can. Wawa, thank you for following on Twitch as well. And then Chase, thank you for the $5 super chat, says, nothing better than watching another man watch some CPU versus CPU man during the workday. Thanks, Jeremy and POD, for all the work you do for us fans. Hey, appreciate the support, Chase. Very much appreciate you guys spending any sort of money on us. That's not necessarily why we do all this, but it's always appreciated. I'll bring you in to the channel point update here. Down here, you can see. Oh, this is gonna layer on top of each other and make it look weird. But Shanked has 175 channel points. Oh boy, you guys don't want that. Never mind. Abort. We'll just go full cam. We'll go full cam. Actually, let's just go video games. You don't need to see my big face. 64% of the channel points on the Lions currently, with Shanked 175k. All riding on the Lions. Meanwhile, JC underscore 2533, 100,000 channel points on the Bucks. That was spooky. I didn't like that. I forgot that it does that, which makes sense. Adam, thank you for the 3 months, says, making my Monday morning workday all the better. Hey, maybe we should just be streaming in the morning more often. I was not at Allen Park this week. Nope. I was on a little mini vacation, little mini disc golf vacation. No. We are not doing 10-minute quarters. Absolutely not. Too early for you Californians over there. You're West Coasters. Not a romantic getaway. I don't do meetings on Monday. Live for this. All right, while we wait for the 90 seconds you guys have left. What did you say, Jeff? Oh, you have a question. You can just ask your questions. You don't have to say I have a question. My computer is much faster now. But no, I actually would love to like stream in the mornings before I go into work, let's just talk Lions football for an hour before I go to work. Before I go to the facility, things like that. It would be fun. I don't think I have the time, and I think I already devote enough time to this job to do that, but it would be nice if I got to a point in my career in which I could do something like that. Just like a daily show, a daily hour show where we just talk Lions football, the latest news of the day, answer some questions. What's TC? Without naming names, are there reporters that just ask terrible questions consistently? Yep, there sure are. But here's the thing. Terrible questions to me. Yeah. We went up to Traverse City for some disc golf. I can tell you the 4 courses that I played. But on the question asking, I also want to say that my opinion of a good versus bad question does not mean they are inherently a good or bad question. A lot of people write stuff that I'm not interested in, but it serves a purpose, right? Like, the kind of questions I don't love are the ones that start like something like, fans are saying that this, how would you respond to fans who feel that way? I don't love those questions. I get that they serve a purpose because you're literally writing for the fans, but I feel like sometimes you're doing a disservice to the job giving the voice to reactionary fans. Not all fans. Like, fans deserve a voice in one way or another. I think we can all agree to that. Right, like you're kind of putting exactly Lasermouth. How would you respond to fans that feel this way? Well, those fans are stupid. They can't say that, even if that's what they're feeling, right? We'll just do random here. So I don't know. And then I don't know. Just those are the ones that annoy me the most, or the ones that I would say the only objectively bad thing you can do and or ask is when you ask several follow-ups, because we get Dan or whatever coach we're talking to for 10 to 15 minutes. And if you ask one question and 2 or 3 follow-ups, you are taking at least 20 to 30% of that press conference to yourself, asking questions that you are only interested in. And I think that's inappropriate. All right. There was something else I wanted to say that we were talking about. Oh, Traverse City. I was going to name the disc golf courses that we went to. Let me pull up UDisc and show you which ones we went to. So the way we do it is like we drive up on our way there. So we hit some places on the way. Where can I even see my rounds? What's happening? Rounds. There we go. All right. So we started out Renegades Trail in Delhi Township on the way, which I think is by Lansing. Then we went to the Compound, which, if I'm not mistaken, was someone's like own property that we had to get a reservation for. Then we did Hanson Hills. And then Hickory Hills, which is kind of a must in Traverse City. Oh, and Rocky Top. Rocky Top was awesome too. Did I do 5? I guess I already did 5. Did we do 6? We did 3. Oh yeah, we did 3, 2, and 1. Delhi, sorry. Do you stay up? Yeah, so we played 6 rounds. I only played 5. On the way back home, I think we were also by Lansing. We went to some place. It was a really, really nice park, but I don't remember the name of it. No, we were mostly feeding ourselves along the way. We went to some burger place that was really good. They had their own root beer, which was excellent. And then everything else we just made ourselves. I forgot the name of it. Oh, the fall. It was like perfect timing for the fall colors. I played through it, Lion fan. Literally blew up my shoulder in the very first round, and played through that round and 2 more rounds that day, 2 more the next day, and that was it. I think it was Slab Town. Slab Town? Yeah, it was definitely Slab Town. Any big plans for the bye week? No, but I should say that we are going to do kind of like a Movember primer this upcoming week. We're going to cash in on some Movember rewards that we still haven't done from last year. And while we're doing that, I'd love to get your guys' ideas for some Movember rewards and things like that. Because like that's all that I'm going to devote my bye week to, is preparing for Movember. So things that we're going to do, we're going to play an entire game of Madden, only running flea flickers, assuming I can find it somewhere in the rule book or in the playbooks. Ryan and I are going to watch highlights from some old classic Lions games and commentate on it. Miko's going to do the offensive lineman challenge. Oh my God. The offensive lineman challenge, where he's going to try to eat, 6,500 calories in a day. I'm going to eat the JMO milkshake, which is a McFlurry, a McDouble, and then Rotel hot Cheetos, all blended into one. And then we're going to do a stream in overalls. Ryan's going to eat his jelly beans. That might happen as soon as tomorrow. So we're going to have a lot of streams this upcoming week where we're cashing in all those things. And while we're doing that, like I said, I'd love to get your guys' feedback on some rewards. If any of you guys are willing or want to donate anything that'll be raffled off or auctioned off, please always hit me up. We're always looking for more prizes to give to our community, and I can only give so much. I try to give as much as I possibly can, but Bean Boozled will definitely be part of it again. So that's all happening this upcoming week during the bye week. So we're going to make sure to give you guys plenty of content. Maybe not as Lions focused as normal, but yes, it's I love that. Accountability week. Mayfield moving this offense. Oh, a big third. I didn't realize it was 3rd and 1. And look at that move. Is that Evans? I don't know Buccaneers numbers, but that was a sick move. Oh, no. That was Rashad White. Wait a second. He was on Jack Campbell. Dang. Mushy peas. That's pretty good. I need to write these things down. Morgan needs to eat something crappy. Morgan's probably down to eat anything, man. And I don't mean that as a negative. He just... But, like, is mushy peas, is that a Wheel of Pain thing? Oh, my God, is that... Oh, that was 91. That was Tyleek. We have to decide if mushy peas is, like, a goal that we get to or a Wheel of Pain thing. It is a British cuisine. So if you guys haven't been around for Movember, there are a lot of fun things that happen. So your donations, like in the past, like a $50 donation means you get to choose something that I'd write on my face during a stream. Other things where you can get individual rewards, like if you give a certain amount, you can be a podcast guest, or you can mute someone on stream, or you can change my background. Things like that. On top of that, there are goals that we reach as a group. So how we've done it in the past usually is every $5,000 to $10,000, you guys earn another reward. On top of that, every $2,500 in the past we've done, I spin what is called a Wheel of Pain and do something either disgusting or painful to myself to celebrate that goal being reached. And so I'll show you, let me link in the chats last year's list. And that can help get your guys' thoughts going. Hopefully that one sends to both chats. Yeah, there we go. And then throughout the month, as a way to give back to you guys other than watching us do gross things, we'll raffle things off. Now, it's worth pointing out that donations are not going to act as raffle tickets like they have in the past. With the charity that we're going to work with, they don't allow game of chances mixed with charity. There's like a special license you need to do that, and some people view it as a little bit unethical, I guess, when it comes to raising funds. So the giveaways, the raffles, will just be for our live audiences. So you guys here that join us live, when we do our live streams in Movember, I will try to ensure that we give away at least one thing every single stream. And again, that's just going to be for our live audiences, and there's no entry necessary. It's just a way to kind of celebrate the entire month. And if I had to guess, we'll probably kind of do an upward trajectory of like maybe some of the lower level prizes to begin the month and then build up to some bigger prizes. And then the last thing on top of that is auction items. So signed football, signed jerseys, things like that. That will be running behind the scenes for the entire month as we try to raise money that way as well. What does Movember things like that really mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? We'll check down to Sam Laporta. Get yourself into a third and manageable here. 3rd and 6. The Lions try to keep up with the Bucs offense. Downgrade, thank you for the 16 months. Says 16 months. Jared Goff. Ooh. Jeremy, I nearly hit a buck standing in the road this morning. Is that a good or bad omen for tonight? I'm trying to decide if it would have been better or worse had you actually hit them. Obviously worse for you. No, I think that's still probably a good sign. Did it run away or did you have to drive around it? That's the key. Nice third down conversion there, by the way. Threaded a couple defenders. I believe Ryan is going to do the Cereal Bowl tomorrow. Last time I talked to him, he said he would do it tomorrow. Goff gives to Gibbs, makes the first guy miss, spins down inside the 30-yard line, picks up 6. Over under Goff rushing attempts 0.5. Do we count kneel downs? So I'm taking the over. If we count kneel downs. So Movember is just, to answer the original question of what Movember is, what it means. It's generally been in history a way to raise money for men's health. That's not necessarily the focus that we do every year, but it's traditionally been a way to gain awareness and raise money for men's health, particularly testicular cancer or prostate cancer. People grow out mustaches every year as kind of a celebration or awareness thing of it. We had kind of dipped our toes into charity drives before we got involved in Movember. We did most notably a charity drive for Kyle Caskey, the former Lions running backs coach, his foundation, where we did an all-night karaoke stream with Kyle Caskey, a couple Lions players, and the POD staff. And then one year I just decided to grow out a mustache in November for the awareness part, not gaining money or raising money for it. And our Twitch chat loved it so much that for like 6 months, every single stream we ran, we were like, all right, we're going to decide whether Jeremy keeps or shaves the mustache, and we're going to decide based on gifted subs. So if we reach this amount of gifted subs this stream, he'll keep the mustache. And then we doubled it every single week. 5, 10, 20 gifted subs, 40 gifted subs, 80 gifted subs, 160 gifted subs. And I think we made it to like 300 during one stream. And I'm like, this is out of control. Stop it. I don't need this money as much as other people do. And that's when I'm like, okay, let's combine this charity drive arm of Pride of Detroit and this weird obsession with my mustache and see if we can kind of push the two together. And that's how Pride of Detroit got involved in Movember. I believe, yes, that was MCDC's first season, because that's when the Deuce Staley thing happened, and he commented on the mustache in the middle of COVID, right? Or right at the beginning of COVID when we were all doing the Zoom calls. So, last year we raised, it's just been like a continual like line up, the Dan Campbell meme of the amount of money we've been able to raise. And to be clear, we don't need to up it every year. I'm extremely happy with where we were at 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It's great. The more we get, awesome. But we raised over $50,000 last year. And because of that, I had to do this, which I'm sure you've seen by now, but I have now the Pride of Detroit logo with the Movember mustache on my arm because we raised $50,000 last year. And so I have to find a way to up the ante this year. So we'll figure it out. So, like I said, if you guys have ideas, send them in the chats during our live stream. DM me, email me. My mom didn't have to, but she, yes, indeed, got a tattoo. Face tattoo is out of the question. This is my only tattoo. I I decided long ago that I was never going to get a tattoo. And so going from arm tattoo to face tattoo, not happening. Mullet. I mean, I would rather do a mullet than a mullet tattoo. Mullet might be on the table. I'm going to write down mullet. I don't even know if I could grow a mullet. Not a henna tattoo. We streamed live when I was getting the tattoo. I don't want to do eyebrows. Ooh, no. Nipple piercing, I think, is out of the question, too. I would consider dyeing my hair. We dyed the mustache one year. Hair's a whole another thing. Whole nother thing. I'll write it down. Mayfield, down he goes! Aiden Hutchinson with the sack. Lions defense finally makes a big play here, setting up a big 3rd and long for Tampa. No stops from either defense so far, but the Lions got the first chance force punt right here. Just ran right around the right tackle, who blocked absolutely nobody. And as good and evasive as Baker Mayfield is, that one's a tough one to get away from. Ew, who would want Green Bay colors on my glasses frame? He shouldn't be in the game. He may have snuck his way into the game. I don't think I messed with the sub package. I do have a treadmill. Why do you ask, Austin? Oh, Aiden Hutchinson with a spin move. Make that tackle. What? Is that DJ Reed? Who's 4? That's 4 is DJ Reed, is he not? All right, well. Justin Jefferson. That's going to be very expensive. One thing we were thinking of is doing a literal marathon, or maybe a half marathon. I'm gonna write marathon down too. I am not in marathon shape, but I know Ryan had expressed interest in maybe doing that. Stream Macho Man miles per milestone. What does the word miles mean in that sentence, Austin? I'm confused. Yeah, like maybe we could do the Freep just had a half marathon, right, this past weekend? You're saying I run? Oh, look at Amon-Ra's got some speed. My goodness. Flag football game. Okay, oh wait, so we had mentioned this before, and I don't know if I gave you guys an update. Someone had the really good idea of me and Eric trying the family zone leap that Jared Goff kind of failed at Ford Field. I got word from the Lions that is very doable. Extremely doable. And so I think that one has to be one. So I'm excited for that one. Nice. There's Taslaw down into the red zone. I mean, he got in the stands eventually. Sorry, Madison. Nightbot's a little strict over there. We did get Nightbot working again, by the way, so all of your pet Zazus and whatever should work. Yeah, I haven't figured out exactly the best way to fill the stands for something like that. J-Mo pinballing around, picks up 6. Oh, two wide open receivers. He's going to hit Amon-Ra for the easy score, and the Lions take the lead. Seems like Detroit teams are very good with the media, and the Lions have a good relation with the Red Wings with the Wingfield. Yeah, for sure. Good on them for being open to stuff like that. You can see Laporta also wide open. I gotta update that command. 15% off. 15. POD 15. Since Vaki has a hamstring injury, should the Lions sign Jamal Williams for the playoffs? I mean, I think Vaki will be ready by then. They didn't put him on IR, so I have to imagine they expect him probably next week or bye week to return. POD member does comedy at an open mic. Oof. Oof. That's a tough. Whoa, we're under the stands. What's happening? What's happening? I'm freaked out. I'll say this, and maybe we do this. There was a time in my life in which me and my group of friends created a bunch of Lonely Island type of videos, except obviously way worse. Maybe I unearth one of those. Maybe. They're out there in the wild. No one has ever been able to find them. The problem is I feel like if I play one, you guys are going to be able to find all of them. I'm sure there's a way I could just pull the raw footage, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. God, that was like 20 years ago. I'll put it down. The only problem with that is that there are other people in those videos that I'd have to ask if they were okay for me putting it out there. Because I know some of them don't want those seen by the public ever again either. But maybe I could find there's at least one or two that is just me and one other person that I'm still close with. So we'll see. We'll see. That would have to be one of the higher awards, to be honest, though. Was one of the suggestions Ryan? Oh yes, Ryan doing a Jared Goff chant. Yes, that's a great one. All right, Bucks. About 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left in the half. Looking to tie this game up. Lions will get the ball to start the second half. What? I don't know what the Dylan Larkin thing is. Type B D-Boss? What's the Dylan Larkin D-Boss video? Ooh, I'm kind of scared of arm wrestling competitions. Like, I saw one video of someone break their arm doing that, and I never want to arm wrestle ever again. It's not a bad idea, though. I just feel like I'm going to hurt myself. Miko would probably dominate. Miko or Morgan. Morgan's just a big dude. All right. Baker having himself a day so far. Plenty of time. Checks this one down. Oh, overthrows it pretty badly. Throws an absolute dart. Gonna do it in the Buc-ee's uniform. The D-Boss Snipe Show? I've never even heard of this. Checks that one down. Is that Otten? Picks up 5. Big third down here coming up. Lions not calling a timeout. Not sure they're going to have time to retaliate, rebuttal this half. Or he do a call-in show where he takes calls from Twitter followers. We're going to get taken off the air. Get canceled. Baker looking, going to scramble, throw right up the middle. Finds his receiver right at the goal line, and he is in. Mike Evans grittying his way to a tie ball game, extra point pending. Were there always pop songs playing between downs? I think so. Mike Evans is too old to gritty, I agree. Round of disc golf in the Macho Man costume. God, that's pretty good too, honestly. I'm going to have to write that one down. Oh, boy. Good one, Dan. All right, this is already productive, and we got all next week, too. Do you think the Lions take the ball if they win the toss? I don't know. I do like the idea of it. I know a lot of people didn't like that they did it. Didn't like that they did it last week. And I get that it didn't look good considering the Chiefs scored to end the first half and to start the second half, but there's something to me that I like about getting to an early lead. Putting a little bit extra pressure on the opponent, making sure you stay in game script as long as possible. Of course, you have to still go out there and score. But I don't get what's going on defensively, that they've now given up a touchdown 5 out of 6 games in the very first drive of the game, but I don't like falling behind 7-0 to start the game. When's Wingo going to play? I don't know. I listened to Dan Campbell talk about him on, what was it, Saturday? It did not sound promising. And he was already inactive before Aleem McNeil came back. And with Aleem McNeil coming back, it's gonna require some injuries. Have another POD, get a different wrestling costume and cut a promo together. It's not bad. I feel like Ryan would be down for that. Feels like a skill thing. Why do teams defer rather than just choose to kick? I feel like in the past it was because people were convinced that because of the way that the coin flip had changed, that if you deferred to the second half, there was a hope that the other team would choose a side rather than choose to take the ball. And so there was a tiny loophole that has never properly been exploited in which you could get the ball both halves. And that has never happened, and I don't think it ever will happen. But it started then. And I think everyone is just like not bothered to change tactics. I do think Decker plays tonight. It happened in high school? Yes, JC, that is what happened. Lions got one timeout. Gonna have to use it here. And they do. All right. Lions just outside of field goal range. They need about 10 yards, and they need to get out of bounds. What does Tyleek's usage look like once Aleem comes back? Does he sub in for Aleem and Reader? He's been playing really well. Yeah, I think that's probably the, I think you expect maybe like a 20% decrease in playing time. Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds. Okay. All right, we got a shot here. It's a 61-yarder. Maybe take one more shot. Do another sideline throw. How about a podcast where you invite podcasters in from each of the other teams in our division? Oh, they're just going to try. We'll call it a 60-yarder to take the lead at halftime. Jake Bates. Kick is up. It's long enough. Oh, but he pushed it right, it looks like. Dan Campbell already has his arms up like he made it. What do you think of the Vikings' plan to stop the tush push? So they like had a guy that was like horizontal to the line of scrimmage, right? I didn't quite see how it worked or if it worked. But I commend them for coming up with ideas. I don't know what the Lions are doing in the secondary. Get good. Bucks going to try a Hail Mary here? Yes, they are. He caught it. And there's a pass interference penalty. Guys, I think they just completed a Hail Mary. Offense. Are you kidding me?
That penalty is declined.
What? Ain't no way that just happened. No freaking way. Sorry, Zasu.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges.
Wow.
As we're going to get ready for the third quarter action.
How does that happen?
Back out to the
The Lions are in complete control of that first half. Have an opportunity to go into half with a 3-point lead. And instead, first they give up a game-tying score with about under 2 minutes left. Then they miss the field goal, the 60-yard field goal. Have time for one more shot for the Bucks. And not only do they complete the Hail Mary, but the refs have the gall. They have the balls to call pass interference. So that even if he had dropped that, the Bucks would have had an untimed down to either go for it from the 1-yard line or just kick a field goal to be up. And now the Lions get the ball in the second half down a full touchdown. I'm not playing. This is not my fault. Hey, Bucks Raised Bolts, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you making your way over here as long as you're going to be, a good guest here in our home. A roast of I don't know if my ego can handle that. I also don't think our staff is funny enough. Oh, that was a little sloppy. Still works. Oh, he dropped it. Didn't work for the Bengals because they essentially did the same thing to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. It injured Chris Jones' neck. Oh, woof. I did take my PC to Micro Center. That did happen. How do you think the game's going to play out? I did predict the Bucks to win. Don't hate me, chat, but I did predict the Bucks to win. You can go see my full preview article on PrideOfDetroit.com. It's the on-paper article. Here's what I find very interesting about this matchup. I think every team has a distinct advantage in all 4 phases of the game. So I think the Lions' passing attack has an advantage against the Bucs' pass defense. Even though they have a really good secondary, they're not very good at covering running backs and tight ends, and the Lions happen to have a couple really good pass catchers. I think the Bucs have a clear advantage in stopping the Lions' run. The Lions' run has just been kind of okay this year. Bucs' run defense is outstanding. I think the Bucs have a distinct advantage when they're throwing the ball. Baker Mayfield has been doing it without his full set of receivers pretty much all season, so even if Ibuka doesn't play, I have faith that they're going to figure some things out. Oh my gosh! Speaking of figuring things out, Gibbs to the edge, and he had 2 lead blockers, but none of them did anything. So anyways, Baker versus Lions beat up secondary. I think that's a distinct advantage for the Bucs. And then I think the Lions' run defense is way better than the Bucs' rushing attack. And so it's kind of like a 2-2 thing where I think both teams are going to struggle to run the ball. Both teams have a distinct advantage when trying to throw the ball. And so if you watched our PUDD First Bite podcast, I predicted over 600 passing yards in this game. Computer's running way better, which is why, like, if you haven't noticed, not only is Madden playing a lot faster, but we even cranked up all the graphics. So everything's running pretty well. Another big hole. This time for Montgomery. He's going to run his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. David Montgomery with the score, bullied his way into the end zone. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this ball game. Boom! I got a brand new CPU and motherboard.
The kicker on for the extra point.
Yeah, I mean, both teams can kick from 60 plus if they want to. Just the Lions are more likely to go for it than kick a 60-yard field goal. Ibuka is not in the sim. We decided to not include him. Although a couple guys that we took out of this game have snuck their way onto the field. I used to sing the fight song a little bit. Yeah, the only reason the film review thing didn't work this week is because my internet was acting funky. It had nothing to do with the computer. Do 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 do. Oh my goodness, what a tackle there. Is that Derek Barnes out there making a nice special teams play? Motown! How many of you all going to the game today, by the way? I think Tylee could play big end. That way Reader and Tylee could be on the same field at the same time. Not in his rookie year. I don't know if they would put that extra responsibility on his shoulders. Yeah, Micro Center. Haven't lost a single frame. Have not seen the any sort of... Oh my goodness, what a hit. Yeah, no. Computer's running great. It was just an expensive trip to Micro Center, which means I'm not upgrading this computer for a couple more years at least. What is that click, McVay? A lot of you going to the game. All right, third down. Jeremy, honest opinion, were you surprised that Joseph did not get fined for his social media rant about the NFL and refs? And surprised at all that Juju didn't get a fine for the blindside block? Not at all surprised that Juju didn't get suspended for, or didn't get fined for the block. I did some digging on the rule book, and the only thing I could find for certain was that it was a block in the back. And that is not a personal foul. That is just a 10-yard penalty. You don't get fined for that. Blindside block, crackback block. There were things that I don't think his block met to qualify for those things. And I do wonder if the criticizing of the ref stuff, if those fines are filed away separately. because the fines that are public are specifically game day things. And I don't think I've ever seen a fine listed there for criticizing the ref or anything off field. It's just the game day stuff. So it's certainly possible that Kirby did get fined. I don't know if he did or didn't, but I think if he did, we wouldn't see it where we normally see all the fines. Lions got to stop, by the way. Now they have an opportunity to retake the lead. There's the gives to JMO. Just runs over a guy instead of taking the edge. Picks up 4. Not bad considering the questionable path he took there. Wow. Colorado Lions, 11 months, subscribe to the channel, says the Gall. That's the standard. Remember last week? It's fair. There were a lot of bad pass interference calls yesterday. Look at the Slaw getting involved. Any opinion on the tweet about RC NFL Films hit piece on Branch? What's RC? I wrote a long piece for Pride of Detroit Direct subscribers on my thoughts on Branch and the call from New York and all that sort of stuff. I understand what they were trying to do with the Branch clip. You're trying to put his entire night into context and explain why he may have been frustrated to the point that he fought at the end of the game. But the tone was entirely off. And Ryan Clark's reaction. I think I did see that. And I think he lets God, I can't remember anybody's name right now. Who's the front office guy who narrated the whole thing? It's a big play right here. Screen. Get that block, Mahogany. Okay, it worked. It worked. That's a Detroit Lions first down. Lewis Riddick, thank you. I think he let Lewis Riddick off the hook a little bit because Riddick, I did not like his statement. His statement did not apologize. First of all, he didn't apologize. He never came close to apologizing to Detroit, Branch, whatever. All he did was say, like, I'm friends with the Detroit Lions. I like the Detroit Lions. Great. I don't care. I don't care how you feel about the franchise. You said something that was messed up. You wrote the words and said them out loud. And then he did the classic non-apology thing of, I can see how my words were interpreted as this. That is not that is saying, I can see why you were offended. I can see why it's why you were offended. That's not an apology. That is saying, it's not taking any responsibility for what you said. It's saying your reaction is what is wrong in this moment, not what I said. And so I thought Ryan Clark let him off the hook. Maybe he's a good guy. I'm sure he is. I'm sure Lewis Riddick is a nice guy, and I'm sure he didn't mean anything negative by what he did. But he did it. And I really would have liked him to say, I should have chosen my words better. I should have taken a different tone. I was off the mark. It is not that hard to say something like that. It is not that hard to say, you know what? You guys are right. We took it down for a reason. I was off the mark. I'm sorry to the Lions. I'm sorry to Brian Branch. That is not what I was intending to do, but that is what happened. I have a lot more respect for Lewis Riddick if he had taken that route. And so when I see that combined with Dan Campbell, what did Dan Campbell do after the fight? What's the one thing Dan Campbell did after the fight? A fight that he wasn't a part of, A fight that he wasn't responsible for. What did Dan Campbell do? I'm sorry to... doesn't excuse him at all, right? He doesn't say, you know what? Brian Branch was frustrated in the moment. I'm sorry if Bucs players were offended by what Brian Branch did. No, he said, what he did was unacceptable. I'm sorry to Coach Reed. I'm sorry to Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm sorry to the Chiefs. What did Brian Branch do? Didn't apologize, and I think he owes one, but took ownership. What I did was wrong. What I did was childish. Takes ownership, takes responsibility for his own action, puts them into context, which he's well within his right to do, but owns it. He owns his mistake. No one has owned up to their mistake for the NFL Films thing. And that's pathetic. And childish. It's just the NFL passing the buck to Riddick passing the buck to his editors, saying the full clip doesn't look like that. I hate that. I hate the fact that this is the culture we've created around football, around America, around the world, is that we can't say, I messed up. I was wrong. It's cowardly, and it's bullshit, to be quite honest. So, that's my little soapbox for the stream. All right, back to the game. Lions are up 3 points. You couldn't emotionally open it up, Kula? Well, you all just basically got what I said for free.
Monday Night Football. After this.
It all keeps adding up. Me. I don't know. Let me think on the roast thing and the best way to do it. I'm going to shave probably one more time before Movember. This isn't the beginning of the mustache quite yet. If you need to do that, Kula, make sure you email, I believe it's newsletter support at sbnation.com, and they can probably change the email for you. Let me just make sure that's right. Newsletter support at sbnation.com. Do you think the team is even more galvanized now? I mean, maybe. You guys know me. I don't tend to give much credence to the emotional impact of games. It's the same kind of reason I don't believe in momentum, is that there's just, there's 22 interactions happening on a single play, and I don't know that like being more mad is going to make you a better player. Feeling closer is going to, make you suddenly be a better run blocker or pass rusher. You know what I mean? I don't know who's actually going to play nickel. It might be Mollett. It might be Amik. Oof. Yeah, who did they play that week after the Cowboys game? I honestly don't remember. I know there is a mental aspect of the game. I don't deny that. I just... I try to live in the tangible when it comes to analysis, because the intangible is just hard to quantify, right? I think it'll probably be Tyleik Williams that lose a little. I mean, the answer is probably both. I don't think you want Reader playing 60-70% of the snaps anyways. But I think both are going to see their playing time eaten up by Aleem's return. The last game of the season? No. But this was 2 years ago. Oh my God! I can't stop anything. Is that Kate Otten? Is that Otten? I don't know. It is Kate Otten. I don't even remember the 2024 finale, 2023 finale against the Vikings. How did that game play out? What happened in that game? Were the Vikings playing for anything? Was anybody playing for anything? Oh, that was... Okay, I kind of remember that we were like, the Lions need to play anybody? They went 20-30, so it wasn't really a blowout, per se. No official updates on Decker. Other than that, he's questionable. Laporta got hurt. I do remember that. Now, the iffy pick to seal the game was at Minnesota. That sealed the division in 2023. That'd be funny, acrylic. Right. I do remember that, but you're saying... Y'all are saying that the Cowboys game was right before the finale when the Lions had already wrapped up the division. Because they clinched the division with the iffy interception in, like, what, week 14, week 15? Right? Y'all are making me trip now. Yeah, no, week 16, they win in Minnesota to seal the division with the iffy pick. Then the Dan Skipper thing happens in week 17 that kind of dampers all of their chances at the 1 seed. And then week 18 is a relatively meaningless game for the Lions. Oh, Gibbs making some guys miss. I need to start paying attention to this game. It's a 4-point game with 5 minutes left. Okay, yeah, okay. We're on the same page now. We're all good. All right, here we go. Goff with 2 tight ends to his right. Jameer in the backfield. Gives to Jameer. He'll be met at the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No yards gained while Jamel Dean and Amon-Ra exchanging some words. We're going to score, and then we'll give a Hail Mary to lose it. Abil, come on. Oh, Khalif got injured in that game, too. Why did that feel earlier in the season? No, I think you're right. There's Tuslaw cutting it upfield beyond the 50-yard line into Bucs territory. First down, Detroit Lions. 4:30 left as the rookie picks up at least his 3rd catch of the day. Little low pass, nice catch there, and wide open field in front of him. Falls forward for the first. This time Goff's coming out in the shotgun. 2 tight ends to his left to help out Taylor Decker. Gibbs in the backfield. He's going to throw. Finds J-Mo there on the quick slant inside. Picks up 8 down to the Bucs 41-yard line. Goff can't hear. Crowd, come on. Come on. Offense at work. Offense at work. Goff coming out in the shotgun again. Same formation as last. 2 receivers to his right, 2 tight ends to his left. This time he's going to give to Gibbs. Try to bounce it outside, but he's got nothing there. Levante David with the tackle for loss. It'll be a loss of 1, setting up a critical 3rd and 3 here. Another shotgun snap here for Goff. Takes a snap, looking to throw. Throws to his left in the flats there. There's Jahmyr Gibbs. Catches the pass. Gets beyond the 40-yard line. Picks up the first down. And gets out of bounds. Stop the clock with 3:13 left in the game. No Collinsworth. It's Buck and Aikman tonight. Trying to go to Montgomery this time. He'll battle his way to the line of scrimmage and just pick up a yard, but not much else there. Lions maybe just trying to run some clock here to make sure the Buccaneers don't have any time to retaliate here. But they're going to have to get in the end zone, and they're 35 yards away from taking the lead. Goff gives to Jameer. Big hole up the middle. Can't make the first guy miss, though. Picks up 5. It'll be a 3rd and 4 as we inch closer to the 2-minute warning here. Lions don't have to run this play if they don't want to. I don't know the name of the broadcaster in the Panthers game, but apparently he does the Pelicans games too or something. I think that's right. Goff, empty set, taking the snap, throws, finds a receiver. Does he hold on? Yes, he does. That's Sam Laporta down to the 15-yard line. First down, Detroit Lions, and we're at the 2-minute warning. Charlotte Hornets. Are the Pelicans still a thing? Did I make that up? All right, both teams have 3 timeouts. 28-24 Bucks. Goff with the shotgun snap. 3-man rush from the Bucks. He's going to just throw this one to the flats. Caught for a couple yards there by Sam Laporta again. Only took 3 seconds off the clock, so we're at 1:57 left. Lions at the 12-yard line. Okay. I'll take half credit. Goff again, empty backfield here. Takes a shotgun snap, another 3-man rush from the Bucks. Nope, here comes the 4th. Throws, finds an open receiver. That's J-Mo, I believe. Inside the 5, down to the 1-yard line, and the Lions stupidly called timeout. I don't know why the Lions are calling a timeout with $1:50 left, and they only need a single yard. But they stop the clock and do the Bucks a favor. 1:50 left. The Lions are a single yard away from taking the lead here late in the 4th quarter. Buccaneers still have all 3 of their timeouts, so even if the Lions score, this game is far from over. Jameer in the backfield, and he's going to walk in. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. 30-28, Detroit. Extra point pending here. 1:47 left. Oh, I like that celebration, whatever that was. Have yourself a day, Jameer. But now the attention turns to the Lions defense. Dead at the Hail Mary at the end of half. Yeah, that hasn't happened. Oh, almost blocked. Oh, did he run into the kicker? There is a flag in the play. Personal foul, roughing the kicker. What do you do here? I don't think you can enforce it on the kickoff, so do you accept it and go for 2? I would love to do that. Accept it, go for 2, and force Tampa to maybe drive down the field for a full touchdown to win the game. But it looks like the Lions decline the penalty, meaning it is a 3-point game. 31-28 Detroit Lions, 1:47 to go. 3 timeouts for the Bucs, so plenty of time for Baker Mayfield to get into field goal range. Let's see if the Lions defense can make one last stop and head into the bye with a big win. Lions are just going to kick that one through the end zone, give up good field position just so they don't risk a big return. Baker's been having a monster day, 17-20. 4 touchdowns, more touchdowns than interceptions. We call that the Jared Goff. All right, here we go. Baker, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, taking the shotgun snap. Fakes it. No, he doesn't fake the give. He does give it. Wow, interesting first play call there from the Bucs. 8-yard pickup, though, on the draw play. Clock is going to continue to run to about 1:30 here. 2nd and 2 for the Bucs from their own 43-yard line. This time he's going to throw. Scrambles to his left. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Across the 50, down to across the 40, across the 30. There's no one there. Finally, Lauren Strickland takes him down inside the Lions 30, the 27-yard line. Huge pickup there from Baker Mayfield. The Lions had him bottled up through 3 quarters, but Baker is making the big plays and the big moments as he's done all season long. Clock still continuing to run inside a minute now. Baker back to throw. Finds his receiver down to the Lions' 15-yard line. Bucs will call a timeout. Stop the clock with 51 seconds left. Now the Lions need to start considering calling timeouts. Still 51 seconds left. Bucs threatening to score and retake the lead here, 14 yards away. Lions need some sort of stop, but it's 1st and 10 here. Baker pointing out some defensive matches. Oh, okay. All right. Good tackle by Meek after, I don't know, about a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4. Bucs call another timeout. We need a turnover. Boys, fire up the turnover play. Someone become a hero. Someone in this Lions secondary, make a name for yourself in the city right now. There it is! There it is! Is that a Meek? A Meek with the pick right on cue! And the Detroit Lions are going to win this game. It's not. It's Rock Ya-Sin. It's Rock. My apologies to Rock Ya-Sin for the huge play. Steps in front of the pass, and Baker Mayfield has got to have flashbacks to the Derek Barnes pick that ended the Bucs playoff run in 2023. And my goodness, the Lions just need to take 2 kneel downs, and this ball game is over. What a play. Right on cue. Goff is going to line up. Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield. They'll give to him. He'll find an open lane up the middle, pick up 7. Bucs use their final timeout. 39 seconds left, which means 1 kneel down will do it. Madden has actually been more accurate than normal. I'm gonna use the exact same speech up in the press box tonight if the Lions are in the same situation. Lions in victory formation. Goff just needs to take a clean snap and kneel down, and that's exactly what he does. And that is your ball game. Another very realistic score from Madden. Lions 31, Bucs 28. Detroit heads into the bye week at 5-2 with a big conference win in prime time in front of a riled up Ford Field audience. And Baker is having himself a sad on the sidelines. Lions didn't cover the real life line, but today we just went straight up in the Madden Sim. Let's look at some stats before we get out of here. And of course, I got to give you guys your channel points. To the believers. Baker had himself a really, really strong game until that last interception, and that proved to be the game changer. And let's not count out Jared Goff in completing 25 of 27, 92% of his passes at 9.4 per attempt. Only 1 touchdown on the day, and that's because the Lions did a pretty good job running the ball. Look at Jahmyr Gibbs this day. 17 rushes, a $123, and a touchdown. David Montgomery only had 3 rushes today, but found pay dirt twice himself. Meanwhile, not much going for the Bucs run game, other than that big 30-yard scramble from Baker Mayfield. Not sure how Bucky Irving got himself into the game with 2 rushes for 1 yard, but clearly not much of a difference maker. Lions spread the ball pretty well here. Cade Otton leads everybody with 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. Amon-Ra 93 and 1. Pretty standard day from him. Taslaw, 5 catches. Big day for the Rook. Meanwhile, Laporta, decent game, 7 catches, but only 42 yards. And Shamo, another quiet one, 3 for 25. Defensively, Levante David was all over the place. 3 tackles for loss, including a sack. For the Lions, no one made any tackles apparently. Rock Ya-Sin, clearly the hero of the day. 7 tackles, but the game-clinching pick is where it really matters. Hutchinson keeps his sack streak alive, but no forced fumble in this one. And that'll do it. That's how you get your 31-28 final for the Detroit Lions. Despite, might I add, giving up a Hail Mary to end the first half. So let's hand out some channel points. And we'll call this stream a stream. Choose outcome. Your Lions are a winner. Congratulations to all of the believers. Enjoy all of your extra channel points that you certainly will do nothing with, I imagine. Oh, there is a Zazu request. Zazu, you want to say hi to the people? He looks pretty comfy, so I'll just give you the look in the bed. Zaz, you want to say hi? Boop, 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 boop. I guess that's all you're going to get from him. He's looking pretty tired. All right. We will do our next stream tomorrow evening. There's kind of a late Dan Campbell presser scheduled for tomorrow as his, post-game thing. So probably closer to 7, maybe our normal 6 o'clock time. All right, you guys are looking at the top of my dirty monitor. Relax. So yeah, main POD cast. Let's call it 7-ish. You guys are ridiculous. Midweek mailbag is still for everybody this week, so we'll do that probably on Wednesday, and then be on the lookout all of this week for some Movember. What do we call it? Redemption week? Something like that. No, it was, I forgot the word that someone in chat came up with. The accountability week, I think. So we'll be cashing in a whole bunch of fun Movember rewards. Is it accountability? I think that's what it was. So yeah, just make sure you're tuned in. You have all your alerts set up for YouTube or Twitch or whichever one you want, or both. That way, if one of the streams fails, which we oddly had last week on YouTube, sorry to the live YouTubers that didn't get to watch the Man Sim last week, sign up to both and you won't miss a stream no matter what. So until then, guys, enjoy your night tonight. Go Lions. And let's head into the bye week at 5-2, huh? Sounds good? Sounds good. We'll see you guys soon. It's Chaos.